morning, everyone. Welcome to tonight's crystal wheel. This is a live meditation for the Cabot Hermetic Temple, offering a brilliant, beautiful, ethereal color of orchid. It may seem a little pink in here. It's hard to get such a hue. Welcome, welcome. I'll just give everyone a minute to join us and get myself seated. And I can't really see the comments here. I'm very sorry. I'm a little further away than I am normally. But thank you for joining. It has been so long since I've been here. My name is Reverend Jacq, Cabot Civitarese, and I am an elder and well, a lot of things in the Cabot Hermetic Temple, and especially a big supporter of the crystal wheel, which is a wonderful ethereal place that I'll talk more about. But having these meditations and joining together is very much a favorite of mine in what I do in the Cabot tradition. So it looks like the last time I broadcasted was actually March 30th of this year, and that is a very long time. It was green and it was a beautiful color, and I really enjoyed it, but I can't believe it. It almost seems like many years ago at this point that I last joined you all. And I know that Reverend Paul Messler has been doing a tremendous help maintaining the crystal wheel throughout the year. And he's apologized for me a few times, but I also want to extend my own apology for having, been too busy to actually even post some weeks. So thank you for kind of keeping us true and honest to that, and still really enjoying these as much as we do. And thank you to Reverend Paul to kind of pick up the pace on that and really get things going back up again and staying committed to the crystal wheel. And so he had asked me not that long ago to start things up again, and I'm excited to do so. Really what's been happening with me is that I've been teaching Witchcraft 3 with Reverend Bree, and it's been a year and a day journey, and we're almost at the end, so that's also kind of taken up some of my time. But I hope to be back bi-weekly and with sharing the schedule with Paul, so that we can join us. Ooh, look at that wonderful flame. We've got a lot of activity going on right now. So I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Please throw some purple hearts to let me know that you can hear me, because I can't really see the comments from there. But some of the things I do want to just kind of get out of the way is that let's all project that this broadcast maintains itself, because it is Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius right now, and that's going to be for quite some time. It actually started yesterday for most people, a little bit night before for the Pacific coast, but it is going up until January 2nd. Thank you, I see those hearts, I appreciate it, guys. So yeah, so Mercury retrograde is here. I've done a lot of work and on my Hermes Mercury altar here to kind of prevent any mishaps. So, but that is one of the forecasts, astrology forecasts that we're dealing with right now. And Mercury's in Sag, which brings me to kind of a bit of this meditation. Orchid light is in really unique color unto itself, and even going a little bit back further, just for those that are new here, the crystal wheel is a psychic construction that was built around 1975 by Cabot, and it lies psychically 700 feet above Salem, Mass. The whole city of Salem, Mass. It's just a cluster of crystals and shards are just pointing from every direction in a ring-like circle with an empty center. But if you see it more like a spoke wheel, or if you see it slightly different in your mind's eye, that is okay, that's acceptable. But that's how it was constructed. And originally it was constructed just to be clear quartz. But over time we started to experience the changing of the color vibration. And we Cabot witches, as the Cabot witches have developed, a system of kind of using healing color vibrations in with our magic, in with our even our countdown to go into a meditative state. And we started to see some of these colors in the crystal wheel and changing about. And so now what we do is have a rotation of colors with a healing purpose for each one. And Orchid is very unique. It's kind of a portal to other realms. It's very mystique. It is in really a magical color, but it also begs to ask a lot of questions, a lot of deep questions. They're kind of a soul-searching questions, which gets me back into Mercury being in Sagittarius right now. Sagittarius is known to be a sign that is a great teacher, and is kind of a philosopher, not just a teacher, but also a philosophical sign. And it begs to ask the bigger questions. And there are moments in our lives, especially when we come into winter, that these questions should be asked. We should be kind of in the cauldron of the season right now in the Northern Hemisphere, and really looking deep into ourselves and kind of doing some soul searching or some shadow work. And we have Mercury in retrograde right now in the sign of the sage, the sign of the wise one. So we should wisely kind of meditate on these questions, and you'll find them in this Orchid meditation, that there are questions that you'll ask yourself, and not all need to be answered at this moment. Some you might even hear slip through your subconscious and go right through and not really resonate with you at that moment, but that's okay. Repeat the questions as I say them, allow them to resonate in your psyche, and maybe later on you'll get some kind of information towards that. Because that's what Mercury retrograde's all about. It's all about reanalyzing, rethinking, regrouping, reassessment. You know, that's the retrograde, the redoing of it all. And these things all have to do with mental clarity. That's what Mercury rules, is mental clarity, communications, deep thinking, the messenger of the gods, if you will. So allow some of these questions to kind of enter through, and the one that resonates really with you at that moment and kind of dings like a bell, allow those thoughts to take you somewhere. Allow spirit to answer you. Allow that kind of universal mind that we'll be working with to touch upon that. So just something to kind of look forward to. I always hope that everyone reads the meditation before they go into it, but I can never say for sure if they do. So let me take a little breath and a little sip. We still have plenty of time. Okay, I wish I could read you guys' post, but I cannot. So we begin collectively at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and we do this so we have the most benefit to all join at once in a big gathering. See out of Jupiter. But let me just do a little bit of what Paul calls housekeeping. He did a lot of it at the last crystal wheel that he had done for Bright Pink. If you haven't seen that yet, that was right in November. So please check that out. We always have our recordings always up and still available and on this page, the Cabot Hermetic Temple page. But he did a lot of housekeeping already, but I'll just do a little bit more. For one, the CKHT is a non-for-profit ministry, and if you could give a donation for this, this little Facebook Live, we greatly appreciate it. $2 to $5 at our website. We have a safe link in the comments, but ultimately it's www.ckht.org. And that is where a lot of what are going on, what our coming rituals are, how to join in person to our Sabbats or watch online. All that information is there, including membership. So I won't go over all that this time. But please check that out if you haven't already, and donate if you can, and if you can't, that's okay. We appreciate any past donations or any support or even sharing of this video that you can do. So thank you for that. Another thing is that I will be going over, I do have the meditation up over here, and what I'm done reading it and we're in that 15-minute pause, I will be going over any names or requests for healing. So please, if you are in need of this orchid light healing or any healing whatsoever, feel free to write down your name, your age, and your location. And I will be sure to kind of go over that, especially during that 15-minute meditation part. So you can do so here in the comments, and I will see those on this end of things. I'd also like to talk about Yule. Our Yule Circle Sabbath is coming up, essentially this Saturday. So Saturday the 16th. And again, if you haven't bought tickets already, please do so at our website. And we expect to have a really full house for in-person guests, so we may have a cutoff for that sooner than later. But check that out. And so that is a wonderfully, richly decorated Sabbath. We really, it's our near to Samhain, and it's one of our biggest celebrations because it is that joyous time of year, and it's a time of year to be together and celebrate the return of the sun. So join us if you can. Actual winter solstice is next week exact, and next Thursday, the 21st, and this is when the sun enters Capricorn, and ultimately creating the longest night. About 7 hours of daylight is all to be expected in the northern hemisphere. So this is quite the moment of the dark goddess, and the reborn of essentially the sun, and in the god in a young form. We also really abide by the Holly and Oak King duel at this time period, and we'll be featuring that again this Yule. So if that's something that you'd like to see, please join us online or in person. But also take the time next week, next Thursday, to kind of celebrate Yule in your own way. There's loads of ways to kind of take in that energy and take in that depth that this time of year has to offer. We're about 3 minutes out at this time period. And I think he touched upon all my notes because I was going to keep it really brief and organic. So let me put that down. This is a good time period that if you are going to be relaxing and really getting into the meditation, this would be a good time to anoint yourself. It's not necessary, but I like to. This is going to be some healing oil. I believe this one, this is either from Priest Ian or Priest Cabot. Their handwriting is oddly the same. But just one moment, I anoint myself the name of God. This is also a good time to kind of get yourself settled and dim down the candles, or you can't dim down the candles, sorry, dim down the lights and perhaps light a candle. If you have any stones or crystals, especially ones charged already for the crystal wheel, you kind of want to get those ready. In the meditation, I talk about holding a quartz crystal or a purple fluorite. I do have 2 purple fluorites with me, and fluorite is one of my favorite stones, actually, in all the colors. I wish I could really show you guys this depth now. I can't. Beautiful raspberry purple color. And so that's something that you might want to have and hold with you. So this guided meditation should only be a few minutes, and if you are not comfortable in it, remember you can back out at any time. Just give yourself total health clearance and count yourself up. Otherwise, we should expect to, be here for about usually 20 minutes, 25 max in the crystal wheel, which is a great health benefits to be in a meditative state that long. Really rejuvenating, and a sense of kind of peace and clarity with that. So it is 10 at this point. And I'm just going to ring the bell here. Find yourself in a relaxed and seated position with your legs uncrossed and your feet flat on the ground. Place your palms open on your lap, and you may hold a quartz crystal or purple tourmaline stone in your left or receptive hand. Close your eyes now and take a few deep breaths in and out. Again, in and slowly out. Feel the mystical light of Orchid surrounding you, starting at the top of your head. Feel it move slowly across your eyes, running down your neck, then shoulders. The Orchid light of higher mind fills every cell of your body as you relax all of the muscles in your arms down to your fingers. Feel the soothing light energy in your lower back, following down your legs, knees, and shins. The calm feeling is running down the top of your feet and over your toes. You are now completely relaxed, comfortable, and safe. In your mind's eye, begin to see the number 7 in the color red. 6 is orange. 5 is yellow. 4 is green. 3 is blue. 2 is indigo, like the midnight sky. And 1 is Orchid. See the number 1 and see the color Orchid. You are now in alpha level, and I will count from 10 to 1, to which you will be at a more perfect working state. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now in your innermost level, where everything you do, think, and say will be accurate and correct for the good of all, and so shall it be. Envision your spirit self rising from where you're sitting and floating outdoors, rising high upward and growing increasingly closer towards the Orchid light in the evening sky. The light grows brighter and fuller as you travel comfortably past the wispy clouds in a gentle mist. Slowly the Orchid light takes form and the misty night subsides as you approach the enormous sparkling crystal wheel 700 feet above Salem, Mass. Its illuminating color of Orchid is in a spiral pattern. A spiral pattern that passes well beyond the clouds and peaks high into the cosmos. A spiral is an ancient geographic symbol rich in meaning of life, death, and rebirth, the ascension of the soul and self, and the cosmic forces that binds everything. In addition to the color Orchid, allow for higher vibrations to penetrate deep into our minds, our bodies, and into our spirits. Allow a great awakening of our conscious and subconscious selves. The spiral pattern of the orchid light energy reaches deep within and far outward, opening our minds and heart to the philosophical information about us and where we stand in the world at this very moment. This valuable information allow us to gain better understanding over what and who we keep close to us, for better or for worse. We ask ourselves, while here on the crystal wheel, who helps me heal? Who is in need of my spiritual or psychic support? Why do I continue to repeat certain patterns? How do I make an impactful connection to my spirit allies? What is my soul's purpose in this life? We pause a moment and let these and other questions fill your mind. The search for real, meaningful answers begins tonight. And now is the time to be grateful and positive about your journey thus far. Traveling deep within your psyche and connecting to spirit realms takes patience and love. Take this time to greet those that you know on tonight's crystal wheel, while still allowing the intuitive power of Orchid to fill your aura and your third eye. Friendships and deep soul bonding can take us further in our quest for higher mind and spirit. With another deep breath, and only if and when you are ready, send this energy across the whole of the sky throughout the world. And lastly, the names on tonight's crystal wheel healing list. Accept these visions of orchid light energy of the wheel and allow the information to come into your conscious and subconscious mind. Ask that this be correct and for the good of all, as we take this time to meditate in the mystical color of Orchid for our 15-minute pause. cosmic knowledge given to us from these deep questions leaves a mark of an orchid spiral on our forehead, upon our third eye. The spiral symbolizes our soul's journey through our lives, our life cycle, and our greater cycle beyond this realm. At any time, you can connect to this orchid spiral image and travel deep within or far beyond. As we feel blessed and loved by our fellow wheel visitors, their friendship and loving support is what keep us coming back. Our group effort allows this vortex of light energy to bring forth the intuitive messages from our guides throughout the multiverse to the forefront of our minds. This gives us the power we need to heal and balance our physical and spiritual self, and in turn, our world. With this feeling, it is time to return. You say goodbye and you begin to rise up, enough to head home. The orchid spiral remains fixed, always with you, invisible the whole way home. And so does the energy of the wheel, even as you guide yourself back into your body. Take another deep breath and give yourself total health clearance. We will count up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You begin to wiggle your toes and your arms. Slowly start to move your legs, your shoulders. And whenever you're ready, you may open up your eyes. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. Give yourselves just a few moments to just kind of settle back here. Joining me once again. So how was that for you? I hope that was very relaxing, very different, very strange. Perhaps some eye-opening questions were revealed, some answers. You know, this color can really take us anywhere. We can gather around each other and see each other again and embrace, or we can kind of go into that rabbit hole of some of those answers, you know, spiraling into those bigger questions of our lives. This is also a great color for healing if you just tap into it in a certain way, in a very private moment, a subconscious way. So it's very unique how Orchid is interpreted, you know, and each time is different. And for me, we just lost a Cabot priestess, Patsy, and I saw her on the wheel, so that there was a few moments where I paused, where normally I wouldn't have paused, because she kind of was right there. So it was a very, like a mediumship moment, being up on the wheel. Even though I'm reading, I'm still envisioning. And so that was very lovely, but very intense. Curious to see if anybody else saw Patsy up there. You know, it's definitely a place, you know, we usually see a lot of people deceased that have passed over with the color of orange. You know, that color kind of has that vibration to it. But Orchid is another one, especially if they're in an otherworldly place. If they chose to be kind of in the mist of Avalon, or in the mist, or they're in between the realms, or in maybe the fairy realm. You know, that Orchid color kind of has that energy to be able to see those, and that's why often maybe perhaps that you guys saw some of your spirit guides. Perhaps that was an experience that you had. So just a gentle reminder, like always, the crystal wheel, it will be this color from Thursday to Thursday. But anytime you need a different color, and we say this often, but just a reminder, if you just need the crystal wheel to be green, you know, tomorrow, it is okay. Just go up there and find your own little crystal shard, and you will find that it's going to be the most correct color for whatever energy that you need. But ultimately, all color vibrations have healing properties to them. So please, if you feel the need to go and visit this color again, or visit this whole meditation, say you started getting a little drowsy halfway through, it will be up all week and more readily available, and then after that it'll kind of live in our video section once it gets pushed down from other things. So thank you all for joining. Thank you if you had donated. I greatly appreciate your interest in this project. I hope that this has been a wonderful event for you, and a wonderful night. It certainly has been for me. It's definitely one for the books. And I'm going to awkwardly get up in front of you all to shut off the camera. And I wish you all a blessed Yule and a blessed holiday season, a happy 2024 to come. I'm sure Paul will be posting our next calendar dates, because he is wonderfully and thankfully kind of taking over that aspect of the crystal wheel. And again, I thank you, Paul, for that. So please, stay tuned, and blessed Yule. So, this is the awkward moment, so I don't spill anything or burn myself here.